Bonjour. Flimsy Lunch Tray here again with a Friday video. And this video is going to be not playing battles, but is going to be the launch of a series I'm going to be doing called World of Warships Basics Fill in the Blank. So in today's video, we'll be doing World of Warships Basics Port Navigation. So what I really want to do in this video is to show you things in port that took me a while to learn. Honestly, myself, when I first started playing this game, I'm just more interested in playing the game, not actually always knowing how to navigate things in port. But in reality, there are multiple things that are really helpful to know up front, and helping just you as a player of the game have a better grasp of how to utilize port and interact with the different opportunities that the game gives you. So first few things are going to be kind of basic, and then I'll get into some other things. Again, these are things I'm still learning as I go along. So yeah, so here we have port, of course. You have, I just actually a couple days ago got the rooster, so I'm presently working on getting her fully upgraded at the moment. But I'm going to go through this top bar first. So I'm here in port. As of course you can see, tier 10 ship, the ship's XP, captain you have on, as well as the armor layout, survivability, artillery, a defense, maneuverability, concealment. So if you're interested in something, like say the armor layout, you can click on this, which will show you the different thicknesses of the armor depending on what location of the ship you're looking at. And then you can also deselect here if you want to get a better look at something. Perhaps you can't see the citadel very well, so you want to take away the exterior armor, as it were, so you can get to see the thickness of the armor. Now, there are some players that really know the penetrating values, so on and so forth. I don't really pay attention to that. I just try to pay attention to where the weak areas of a ship are and angle accordingly. And I'm actually going to do a video on studying armor layout of ships to help improve your gameplay. It's going to be pretty surface, not in depth, but yeah. So you have all these things. I'm not going to go into everything. Most of this is pretty explanatory. It just helps you see what's going on with your ship if you want to learn it really good, so on and so forth. So if we go to equipment, of course some ships have this, some don't, where you can see your elite ship's peculiarities. XP earned on the ship can be converted into free XP. So then, and that's standard pretty much for every ship, but if, for example, if I go to my Massachusetts, I will see that there's actually more things here. I'll see assigning commanders from other ships of the same nation without a penalty or retraining, as it's a premium ship. XP earned on the ship can be converted into free XP, which we just saw on the rooster. More credits per battle, unique free camouflage that grants combat and economic bonuses. So that's one of the many benefits of having a premium ship. But let's see, I think I was looking at another one the other day and it showed something different. Yeah, so that's the same. Yeah. So you can see once you get to this ship, you don't actually have any more modules to upgrade to, but I'm of course working on the upgrades right now, as I'm working towards the main battery modification 3, to have a negative 12% reduction time in the reload time, as it will also increase the main battery traverse speed. Then you can see the armament, HE shells, gives you some information about that, armor piercing. And then you have your consumables, which is really nice now with what Wargaming has done. A lot of players have been wanting this for a long time, and that was to be able to reorder this row. So say like for example, when I got the rooster a couple days ago, on my Seattle, I have this standard setup. R for the damage control party. You have the ship's consumable repair party. Defensive AA fire, like I know what keys these are, and I like to keep them in sync as best I can. So I have defensive A on Y, radar for U, Hydro for I. And then I was able to go in and switch over, and then I was able to move these things around to how I wanted them to be. As originally they weren't in this order, but it helps you not question when you push a button during the gameplay. It's like, oh, I messed that up. And of course, you can see here you can restore it to default if you don't like it. So then, moving right along, exterior. As naturally, you always have camouflage. You have these camouflages you can buy with doubloons. You can see my camos here. I don't have a lot. I don't buy any camos, so just usually earn them. I used to have a lot more just ones because I like to collect them, but I used several to get the gearing and working my way up. And it's important to note, because I did this once and didn't realize it, but some of these will actually cost you doubloons. So you can see cost of 50 doubloons, and then here type 59, cost of 125 doubloons, which unless you just have a lot of money to spend in doubloons, I just recommend never using these. I've actually sold quite a few of both of these, and I'll show you how to do that, like how you sell it for credits here in just a minute. Well, maybe I can just show you now. Yeah. So one thing I didn't know for a while was if you clicked here, your inventory. So sell the items you don't need. So for example, when you have like the Benson. Okay, let's look at the equipment. You can see it's like, oh, well, this is clearly better. I like the torpedoes better. You know, these things are all upgrades. They go from 11.6 versus having 10.5 range. But you still own them if you haven't sold them. So it's like, well, I don't want to go back to these, so why not just sell them? So then you can go into your inventory as it loads, and then I can see all the all inventory items. I can go through the modules. I can select by ship type, by nation. Go to upgrades. I can go to signals. If I want to sell some. I can go to flags. These all say cannot be sold. Then camouflages. So like I was saying before, like you have to use doubloons to use these. So I was like, well, I don't really want to use doubloons. So if I want to sell, you can see that if I only sell one, it's worth 93,750. So if I say like, well, it's just for example, let's say 3, so I'm on even 20. So if I click sell, I'll earn 281,250 credits, which is nice. But then specifically for all those ship modules you get, like we can see here with the Seattle. And if you're like always questioning, like you're not sure, like I can just go back to my Seattle, check the equipment. Yeah, like clearly it's better. And then I can come back into inventory. And then I can just sell it for 720,000 credits. So I usually kind of build up a collection of inventory items, and then I'll eventually sell them. Mainly for the reason of, let's say you're grinding in your tech tree, and I'm wanting to save up money towards like Montana. So right now I'm still working on getting more upgrades and modules for the Iowa. But I want to work up towards the Montana. But let's say I need 3.5 more million credits, and I really would like to have her now. Then I can just go into my inventory and sell multiple things in order to make up that difference of what I'm needing. So I'll rank it by the highest first. Yeah, so that's something I didn't know. Actually, I was playing the game for like 2-3 months, then I like finally realized this. So I made a lot of credits. Let's put it that way. So that's really helpful to use. So let's go back to where we were with here, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, so just being mindful that sometimes this is going to cost you doubloons, or it'll actually cost you credits. So 22,500 credits, and then this should be 7,500 credits. And you can always like enable resupply. So if you just want to keep battling, you don't want to log back into the game, like I do this sometimes, then the camouflage will just stick with your ship. Which you can do the same for your combat signals. I don't know what just happened. Oh, well, that's fancy. Drops in the middle of me showing you guys this video. But yeah, with the signals, like there's also some, like the economic signals, like they're gonna cost you doubloons to use. Again, I recommend not using them. I'm not really spending much real life money in the game, and I just prefer just you only really use. We usually only spend money just for the premium account. This helps me grind through ships sooner. Let's see if I get logged back in or not. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. You can always control everything in this game. So yeah, so in the exterior, so you can see, again, I don't have a ton of these flags, but I have a lot of these economic flags. You can see these cost you 16 doubloons, 6 doubloons, that you earn these economic signals, such as ordered for achievements Confederate. So when you get Confederate, you'll get this flag, or like 10, I think. Then you have special, which I don't have much since I just was using special flags for the rooster. And again, you can enable an auto resupply. So they have a recommended signal set for different ships, so I could just click this. It's automatically going to select the recommended signal flags. I could click them at all, or if I actually like that, enable every time I battle, they'll stay. And then you have your flags. I started playing in October of last year, so I don't have a lot of flags, but actually I just earned, yeah, this flag. What? No, I'm thinking of something else. It's in the profile. And then of course you have your tech tree, helping you explore what ship line you'd like to move towards next. So right now, as I said, I just got the rooster. I'm working up towards the Montana with Iowa. Really loving her right now. And then I have the heavy cruiser line still, and of course the Midway. And then you have your ship like Alaska. You can use your free XP, or Texas Spy for 5,150 doubloons. We go into profile. You can see access level. So access level 15 clan battles. You can see your achievements. So if you want to know what all the special things that you've done. So for example, like this is arson, destroy an enemy ship by setting her on fire. Honorable individual can be only obtained once. Yeah, this is you get in operations scenarios. You have your. I like to play Massachusetts a lot, like a lot. It's a ship I play the most, and the last time I got one, of course, was with the Massachusetts, and you get signals for completing that. Yeah, so fireproof, Georgia. So you can kind of see what do you have, what do you not have, even if you're working up towards something. So right now, complete 450 secondary tasks and operations of 229. I don't play ops all the time, but it's fun to jump in every once in a while. Have 120 key ships and auxiliary ships survive in operations, so not necessarily too far from that one. And you can see your rank, so you can see that the sprint will start in 45 minutes, this being ranked sprint 13, and you start from rank 10, and that is tier 9, so good to see. Previously in the other just standard ranked season, I just stopped at ranked 9. Didn't keep going forward. Didn't really have time to commit. And then you can see your collections. So usually you can only collect one collection at a time, in the sense of, yeah. So between the German Navy collection and the Azure Lane, I switched to the German Navy collection because I'm close to finishing a few things. So I have gotten 2. And then you can kind of see here what's the reward that you get for completing this specific collection in the entire set. You get to mount a second flag on all your German battleships. And then I should have one for destroyers. So a second flag on all German destroyers. And then if you complete the entire collection, you can see how you can change the camouflage color scheme for all German aircraft carriers and a second flag on all German aircraft carriers. Or like for Azure Lane, if you complete the entire collection set, you'll get the 10-point commander for the Azuma that you can use on any of the Japanese ships. Then you can go to summary, so you can see how you have done. You can see how many battles you've played, chances, ratio of battles won to the total number of battles played, your average XP per battle for randoms, because you can switch this between the different ones, most enemy warships destroyed in a battle, and then your damage ratio. You can come over here and then display order by win rate, which I haven't played these ships very often in random, so of course they're up there. You can see I've done pretty good in the New York and these ships, the Massachusetts. Let's see, then you can change it to the most number of battles played. If you click on it again, you can have it reorganize from top down. So you can see I've played my Massachusetts the most, and then the Benson, Mahan, so on and so forth. Coming down here, you can see the nations. I'm a sucker for the USA ships right now. Once I finish off with the Montana, I'm actually going to jump into the Japanese line. I want to work up to getting the Shimakaze and the Yamato. And I've also been messing around within the British line with the Leander. I can actually get the Fiji now. Just have to spend credits to get her, as I've got all the XP that I need. You have your breakdown of types of ships, what battles you've played with what type of ship. So kind of having, excluding carriers, let's put it that way, you kind of want to have this to be balanced. I mean, play whatever ship that you like and enjoy, it's just a game. But then you can see here, how many ships you played with battleships, with destroyers, and with cruisers, because the more rounded your gameplay here, as a battleship, I've got a pretty good idea how destroyers work, and that'll help promote your gameplay. Ideally, of course, you want to have experience with a lot of different nations, but as I said, I just started in October, and I love the U.S. Navy, and so I've just really spent most of my time in that. Of course, if I come over here and I go into co-op battle, you can see how that changes with how many battles played here, ship types, common tier that I play out with co-op. I usually will play co-op on the weekends, and then also if I'm just testing out a new ship, like when I got the Worcester, I played a couple rounds in co-op just to get a feel for her. And then of course you have all your battle details, statistics. So I don't hide my player stats, so anyone can look up on the World of Warships website and search and find a player and see a lot of these things. And then of course you have your clan, which I'm not going to go into that, it's a whole other conversation. And there's a few more things I'm going to hit on real quick. I'll try to make it quicker. So if you want to purchase more doubloons, of course you can go into the premium shop by just clicking here, or you can click premium shop over here. If you want to exchange doubloons for credits, which I advise you to not do this, but just to show you, let's say I want to exchange 50 doubloons, and that means I'm going to go down from 1,435 doubloons to 1,385 doubloons, and I'll go from 3.03 million to 3.11 million in credits. Again, I don't recommend doing this because this difference, 750,000 credits, with having premium account, and then with Massachusetts with the perks as a premium ship, like I can usually get 400 to 500,000 credits, and that's with no special signals mounted. As if you mount the special signals, then that number can actually go up pretty quick. So I always hit delete that before I exit out, just because I don't want to spend any doubloons on this. So, or you can just click escape. That didn't work. Then you can go to here, convert XP. So this is free amount of free XP earned on elite and premium ships. And let's say, yeah, for right now, let me go. Oh, I think the account is disconnecting again. Kind of have some thunderstorms rolling through my area right now, so that might be why I'm having internet connection issues. Okay, so we are back after having a lot more issues than I thought we should have. Some of this is actually like 15 minutes, and I'm playing back on now. But as I was explaining, you can convert XP into free XP from your ships. So for example, let's just, for fun, say that we want to convert the XP from the linen. Go through and deselect these ships real quick. So now you can see it's dropped down to 500, but I have 515 on the linen. So if I try to put in 515, it just goes back to 500. So it works in values of quarters, like so 20 by 25. So it's like 400, 425, 450, 475, 500, so on and so forth. So I could convert 475 experience from this ship for only 19 doubloons, which again, I don't think it's really worth it when it comes to spinning the doubloons. But hey, if you have a lot of doubloons sitting around, then sure, go for it. But again, I always turn this back to 0 before continuing on. And then you can also do the same from your commanders. So this is Elite Commander XP. So I have 12,658. I respect a commander on the Fletcher for the new ranked sprint season, so this number is a little lower than normal. But I can see that if I convert that 12,650, so again, it's not doing it by single digits, it does it by the quarter. I can convert it for 506 doubloons, and so then now I have a higher free XP rate, but now my doubloons has gone down. Again, I don't recommend doing this, but for some, you can if that's what floats your boat. So I'll close that. And then I just want to show you, I had this question for a long time. I was like, how do I see my karma? Like, I want to know what karma I have. So if you just go to here and just click on the account, it actually shows right here at the very top. So it shows I'm ranked 9th from last season. I've ranked and a summary of your good and bad actions, 83. So if the more negative of a player I am, the lower this number is going to be. But right now it's at 83. You can see another place to purchase premium through. I have 10 days left. And I'm not going to go to these things except news. News is boring. Just want to play the game, but you get to find out new things. So you can see that they just started the new summer sale in the premium shop armory. So you can see things going on through here. They're doing the summer tokens. You can buy summer tokens, of course, as always. But also, this is something I always get, is the 30 days Warships premium account, and then you actually also get a bonus of 5 summer tokens. And then you can see Tropical Atlanta. But you can go through here and just see information that can be important. So you can go to your newest updates. So once you click on one, it'll go up this number or start dropping. Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it there. Yes, I'm going to leave it here because then I'll go down a rabbit hole talking more about settings, and I want to spend more time hearing these different things because this is its own video. But if you found the video helpful, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you are not. If you have questions regarding just navigating port or something I've shown, feel free to comment. As really wanting to build a good positive community and it's helping the player base in World of Warships to become better, but also be a positive influence. So after that, we will sign off. So take care and have a great weekend.